Right, welcome back after the Easter holiday. It would be lovely to see you in person, but as we can't, then we'll make the most of this. So, of our Happy Families collection, we've done Mrs. Wobble, the waitress. Do you remember? We've done Mr. Tick the teacher. And today it's the turn of Mrs. Lather's laundry. So it's not Mrs. Or Mr. the It's the laundry belonging to Mrs. Lather. You can see it belongs to her because it's got this apostrophe S. So it's her laundry. The word lather is so relevant for our time at the moment because it means bubbles. When you're washing your hands with soap or washing clothes with soap and you rub and rub them and you get all those bubbles, little tiny white bubbles all over your hands, that's called lather. Okay, so that's our first new word of the day, lather. And you can see that is a really good word to do with laundry because laundry is to do with washing things, but it's not normally washing elephants. It's normally washing clothes. So I would expect to see on the front cover maybe a washing line full of clothes. You know, we have the Launderette where you can go and do your washing in the washing machine. So laundry is the same root word where it used to be like a shop that people took their clothes to for them to wash. But yeah, it's very intriguing that we've got an elephant on the front cover instead. And if you see the author and illustrator, so Alan Allberg and Andre Amstutz, and he is the Funny Bones guy. So on a dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark street. You know the Skeletons books? He was the illustrator for that. But you can see this illustration style is very different. Well, here we go. You can see on the title page a nice bubbly lather coming out of the bucket. Right, so the date it was written, I always find this fascinating, 1981. So quick bit of maths. How long is that ago? 41 years ago. Won't tell you if that's older or younger than me. And it's Penguin. Remember, in collective worship, did you watch the video this morning? Mr. Lane was talking about logos on from different companies. And all books have got the logo, the little picture from their publishing company. Often it's on the spine. If you look at yours, your books in your shelf, can you see, look, here's Osborne, it's got this little hot air balloon as their logo. Can you see on the spines of these books, the little bear there carrying a candle? That's Walker Books logo. And it's a bit confusing because Puffin, which is what's written on the spine of these books, that's the children's bit of Penguin. So if you look really closely, these are adults' books and they've got a penguin that actually looks like a penguin. See there, that orange circle one. If I take you on a little tour of my bookshelf, you can see the children's books by Penguin. Their logo is actually a puffin. You see the puffins there, and then the logos from other companies, other publishing companies. Some of the puffin books are aimed at young adults, so like older children. Look, can you see these Roald Dahls down here are published? There's the puffin logo, and you can see all the different other companies' logos. So look at your books, check their spine and see what little picture they've got, or logo or symbol they've got on their spines. Right, Mrs. Lather's laundry. Monday was a bad day in Mrs. Lather's laundry. Mr. Lather was having trouble with the ironing. Can you see what trouble he's had? Look, can you see that hole there? The iron-shaped hole. Can you see what's happened to these pantaloons? He's obviously had the iron too hot. There's the iron steam. Oh no, look, it's currently burning through another one. Can you see? This is brown stain spreading out and the steam coming off. So not only has he burnt a hole through these pantaloons, these bloomers, he's burning something else while he looks at that hole. Oh dear. Miss Lather and Master Lather. So that master doesn't mean he's in charge. That means he is the, like Miss is the girl, Master is the son, is the boy. So Mr. of Happy Families, Mr. is the dad, Mrs. is the mother, and then Miss is short for mistress, and Master, I think that's how we eventually got the word Mr. But if you got a really old-fashioned letter through the post and you're a boy, it might say Master and then your surname. So Miss Lather and Master Lather were having a tug of war with the washing. Let go! You let go! They look quite smiley about it, don't they? But the washing looks like it's tearing. Is that a long sheet tearing? I hate them. Mrs. Lather was going crazy. If I wash one more sock, I will go off my head, she said. I'm sick of socks. I hate them. Just to be clear, it is the socks that she's hating, not her children. After that, Mr. Lather put a notice in the laundry window. It said, "We wash anything except socks." So he's expecting people to bring all of their clothes except socks. Do you sometimes get fed up because you put both your socks in the wash and when they come out of the washing machine all clean, one of them seems to have vanished? Maybe that's what Mrs. Laundry is so frustrated about, Mrs. Lather. Tuesday was another bad day in Mrs. Lather's laundry. Mr. Lather was having trouble with a sheet. Can you sympathise with him trying to fold up a massive great bed sheet? He looks more like a ghost there. Look, they haven't lost any of those socks. The children were playing hide and seek in the washing. They were playing tennis too. Oh, I think this is the page they're playing hide and seek. Can you see? He's in the laundry basket, emerging from the laundry basket, playing tennis. Looks like they're not being terribly helpful to their parents. I'm sure that's not like you. Mrs. Lather was going crazy again. If I wash one more vest, I will go off my head, she said. I am sick of vests. I hate them. Look, I hate them. I'm interested that this is using the word hate so much because some of you have probably been told it's quite a strong word. Look, can you see this old-fashioned machine that she's turning the handle and squeezing the water out as it comes through? It's called a mangle, and they used to use it in World War II to try and get all the wet, lots of the wet out of the clothes before they hung them on the line to dry. So it's a kind of squeezing that comes through those two rollers. After that, Mr. Lather put another notice in the window. It said, "We wash anything except socks and vests." Okay, so the list of things they don't wash is growing. I'm sick of all of them. Can you predict what's coming next? Then Mrs. Lather said, "And no pairs of pants either, or shirts, or dresses, or tablecloths, or hankies." You know, handkerchief that you wipe your nose with? "I am sick of all of them. I hate them." After that, the children put a notice in the window. It said, "We wash anything except laundry." Okay, so we've got a shop whose job it is to wash clothes saying they're not going to wash clothes. What are they going to wash? Wednesday was a quiet day in Mrs. Lather's laundry. You can see all these puzzled people out of the window thinking, "Oh, you're not washing our clothes. What should we do?" But Thursday was a surprising day. First, a customer came in with a baby. "We do not wash baby clothes," said Mrs. Lather. "I do not want you to wash his clothes," said the customer. "I want you to wash him." "Oh," said Mrs. Lather, and she washed the baby. Look, he does look messy, doesn't he? Happy but messy. Well, that makes a change from socks and vests. After that, more customers came in with their babies. There were rich customers and poor customers, old customers and young customers. There was a big customer with a little baby. There was a little customer with a big baby. Can you see them all there? That must be the big customer with a little baby. And then, oh look, do you think that's the little customer with the big baby? They all look jolly messy and jolly happy about it. Ideal customers. And there were lots more customers besides. Wow, look, is a policeman with a baby? Twins, is that? Okay, a new job for the laundry then. At first, Mrs. Lather washed the babies and was very happy. I like washing babies, she said. I love them. I love them. Oh, look, she's got her little washboard. And there she is with her twins in the tub. You can see, look, the babies are waiting in the laundry basket. What is it, being a detective, looking at this bit of writing? That is the clue that something is going to go wrong. Can you see? It says, at first, Mrs. Lather washed the babies, but it sounds like she's going to get fed up. At first. Oh yeah, here we go. We were right. But by the end of the day, she was sick of them. And a notice in the window said, "We wash anything except laundry and babies." Oh, look, you can see these babies screaming and squalling and looking miserable. She's looking miserable. She's had enough. Friday was another surprising day in Mrs. Lather's laundry. A customer came in with a baby and a dog. "We do not wash babies," said Mrs. Lather. "I do not want you to wash the baby," said the customer. "I want you to wash the dog." "Oh," said Mrs. Lather, "I want you to wash the dog." There we are. Look, you can see the baby's looking quite clean there, but the dog, look, not only is he looking messy, look at his expression on his face. Looking apprehensive. Do you think the dog wants to be washed? What do you think is going to happen? Is it going to work out? And she washed the dog. After that, more customers came with their dogs. There were big dogs and little dogs, long dogs and short dogs, happy dogs and sad dogs, black, brown and spotty dogs. Look, most of them are looking a bit happier about it than the first dog was. Do you remember his expression? His apprehensive, worried expression. Can you see all the dogs they mentioned? Long dogs, short dogs, happy dogs, sad dogs, black, brown and spotty dogs. Do you remember what spotty dogs are? Do you know Dalmatian? Lots of the teachers dressed up as Dalmatians on the last book day at school. Do you remember, with all the spots? And lots more besides. Gosh, that one looks like its fur is going to take a lot of drying. It's a greyhound. One of those huge ones that rescues people lost in the mountains. Ah, look, this one's lost its owner off its lead. At first, Mrs. Lather washed the dogs. Then she got sick of them and Mr. Lather washed them. Then he got sick of them. Look, this dog looks blissfully happy having a massage. Maybe it just is having its ears scratched just where it likes it. And the children washed them. By the end of the day, the notice in the window said, "We wash anything except laundry, babies and dogs." Okay, what are they going to wash next? Saturday was the worst day of all in Mrs. Lather's laundry. Mrs. Lather washed a tramp. "I want you to wash me." There he is. It looks like he's homeless and he hasn't got anywhere to have a bath normally, so he must be extra dirty. A car. A football team. And an elephant. Oh, look, there's our elephant from the front cover. The elephant was from a circus. Mr. Lather and the children washed the elephants too. When they got sick of it, the elephant washed them. I love how it's squirting from its trunk. I wonder if that's the wettest they got, or whether they got wetter than that washing the dogs. I love how she's using a broom, Miss Lather, to reach up to the elephant's trunk. Sunday was a good day in Mrs. Lather's laundry. The notice in the window said, "Closed." Quite right, have a day of rest. Catch up with your gardening, Mrs. Lather. And your butterfly catching. Hope she doesn't hurt it. When Monday came round again, Mrs. Lather was feeling cheerful. "Will you be going crazy today, Mum?" the children said. "No," said Mrs. Lather. "I feel cheerful now." She began to laugh. After all, what could be worse than an elephant? That sounds to me. What could be worse than an elephant? Like she's inviting fate. Oh, look, have you noticed what's coming round the edge here? Have you noticed? What's that? 6 elephants. There we are. What could be worse than an elephant? A whole circus full of elephants. The end. Well, I wonder if the Lather family will ever go back to washing boring old clothes when they could be washing circusfuls of elephants. Okay, can you remember our new words from today? There was lather. There's someone washing their hands, counting to 20 under the tap with bubbles everywhere. I've got a really good lather. Okay, now spine. I mentioned spine of a book a lot of times. That is the edge bit along here. If you think of it like the back of a book, the backbone of a book, like as a human, you've got a spine going along that. If you feel your back, can you feel kind of knobbly bits all along there? So that's where your spine is. The spine is like the back of something. Okay, logo. Do you remember I said the logo of all these books? Do you remember the logo was the little picture from the company? So logo is like a kind of symbol, little picture. So look, here's a bunch of logos from year 3 RE. Look, Apple is a company. That is a National Trust, so it could be a logo for a charity. That means halal food. So it could just be recycling, doesn't have to be a company. It could just be something that a little picture that means something. So here's a bunch of logos. And then, do you remember the expression on that dog's face I said was apprehensive? How about that for a long word? Apprehensive just means worried about something that's going to happen. So here's the dog looking apprehensive. So how are we going to draw that? What would a dog be apprehensive about if a stranger was about to bath it? Actually, maybe it wouldn't have its tail in the air. Maybe it would have its tail down because it's worried. So maybe it's worried that this Mrs. Lather is going to put her finger in his eye or something. Look, he's got droopy whiskers. Poor dog. Okay, so this is an apprehensive dog. So there we've got my new words that I thought would be new to you. We've got lather, washing your hands. We've got the spine of a person down your backbone, or the spine of a book. We've got logo, a little picture that means something, means a company or means something, a logo, and then apprehensive, worried about something. So I hope you've learnt something. Tell me your new words in the comments on Seesaw, or try and use one or all of our new words in a sentence in Seesaw if you can. Right, have a really good week and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.